Hello everyone, it's Robinson guy. Welcome back to another video. Alright, so we have a lot of stuff to talk about. Actually, 5 things I want to talk about today. And so the first thing that we're going to talk about is the market action or market stability, basically what's going on with the market right now. The second thing that we want to talk about is the ARK sell-off and all the scare that's going on with the ARK sell-off for Palantir. And the third thing that we're going to talk about is the new contract that Palantir just had with 3M. And the fourth thing that we're going to talk about is we're going to go over what's going on with Palantir, look at like the stock action, try to do some analysis and stuff like that. And the last thing that we're going to talk about is we're going to go over my portfolio, do a quick portfolio update, show you guys what's going on with my portfolio. I know a lot of you guys have been following me with portfolio, and you know that I've been going down a lot because I have a lot of my money in Palantir. But anyway, so we'll go over my portfolio, we'll go over my plans to kind of tackle with the market that's going on. Okay, but first I want to reemphasize that I'm not a financial advisor in any way, shape, or form. This is merely for entertainment purposes. I just want to make these videos just for you guys, to give you guys the news that I see, and I do background checks and stuff like that, and make sure that whatever news that I present to you, I even showed the articles and everything, that whatever I present to you guys, it's factual, and if there's anything that's false or I think that's false, I'll point it out. But just remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving you guys the news as I see it, and just reemphasize, don't follow my place or anything that I do. It's just really just for entertainment purposes. You really shouldn't be following anyone's place, any other YouTubers, or following their advice. Yeah, just this is all opinion based. Make sure you do your own due diligence, because if anyone tells you that a stock will triple, double, or whatever, that may be true, but no one knows for sure when, right? Especially given with what happened this whole week with the whole kind of like tech sell off and everything. So just make sure you do your due diligence and stuff, because everyone has a different risk tolerance. So I know I have a pretty big risk tolerance. As you can see, or at least I'll show you guys like my risk tolerance. But I just don't want you guys to like lose a lot of money like following YouTubers and stuff and trying to follow what they're saying. So just a word of caution, and let's get into it. Okay, so let's talk about market stability. So obviously, I'm pretty sure you've all been seeing it kind of like all over the news, and probably like a bunch of other YouTubers are like, "Oh my God, market crash! It's the end. It's the bubble's finally bursting, and so on and so on." They're actually not that far off. They're somewhat right, and that's mainly because of the whole like interest rate, or the possibility of the interest rates rising and all that stuff, and the whole bond situation. And when it gets to a certain number, then like the stocks that are highly um, inflated, I guess, kind of go down. And as of right now, those are the tech stocks. The tech stocks are the ones that have been like kind of like king this whole like COVID season. So those are mainly the first ones to kind of have like or start going down. They're like the first ones that like because they have such high evaluations and stuff, like as interest rates rise, it causes like a sell-off and everything, which is kind of what we've been seeing and everything. And it's always bad timing with the sell-off and with Palantir. Like every time we have like good news with Palantir, like the market is always doing like the opposite thing, and I've seen it like many times already. So it's always like bad timing, I would say. So because I know last week Palantir finally started going up, we started doing the rebound process, and I know everyone was excited for this week. Basically, everyone's like, yeah, 30 is finally coming. And we actually did touch 30 in the beginning of the week, but then it quickly sold off. And then Tuesday was another like huge sell off with the whole tech stock. So as of right now, the whole market is kind of, I would classify it as a little bit unstable, because it's especially around the tech sector. I feel like a lot of people are moving their money and going to the recovery stocks and stuff like that. Um, so, so yeah, either way, I think this is a good correction, as people would like to say it. It's a good correction, and overall, I think tech is still king. The tech stocks, you still make the best returns and so on. So either way, we'll see how long this lasts though, right? So that's the thing that you don't know, right? You don't know how long like this instability will last. We've had a good amount of red days in a row and stuff. So we'll see how long it lasts. We'll see how long the shakeout lasts and everything. But yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on with the market. And either way, I think if you're a long-term investor, this should be like a really good time for you because this is high discount time. I would say a lot of good tech stocks are kind of like dipping, like some of them are dipping like hardcore, and there's some other ones that are like I would call them like the gamble stocks, like CCIV and stuff like that, and Workhorse is kind of good, but it also had a huge sell off. I don't know what was going on with that one. I heard something about like they didn't get the contract or something, and that had like a huge sell off, like on, I believe it was yesterday on Tuesday. So yeah, just be careful. I hope you guys are not losing. It's good to lose gains. I think if you lose gains, then you lost gains, but don't lose like your money, right? So don't be in the negative with like was the money that you put in, obviously, because that's when you start getting into like kind of crazy situations. So if you lose gains, you lose gains. The way I see it, or at least the way I see it is, I just wake up and I press a bunch of buttons on my phone and I make money, and then then I lose money every now and then. But again, just be careful because you wanna analyze like your risk tolerance and all that stuff, and especially with what's going on with the market right now. So I feel like we may be entering like somewhat of a bear market. It's not necessarily like confirmed, but it is kind of like flatlining, I would say. So just be careful, and I hope you guys don't lose like your actual money. If you lose gains, you lose gains. That's the stock market, but just be careful. Anyway, so let's get on to the next topic. All right, so I've been seeing a lot of like I guess rumors. Well, they're not really rumors, but a lot of like panic scare about this whole ARK sell off, selling off Palantir and stuff like that, and they've sold like other stuff, but I'm focusing on Palantir. But yeah, so they did actually sell. So they have two funds. So they have ARK and they have ARKW. So in those two funds, that's where they have like a lot of shares, a lot of money and stuff invested into Palantir. So today they did sell around 96,000 around there for their ARK and another 56,000 for their ARKW. So yeah, they did sell. I mean, overall, you have to think about it because ARK they have to sell and keep certain weights and stuff like that. If one stock increases in value really fast, they are kind of forced to sell because they can't have that much weight in a certain stock. So for example, let's say Tesla, because they have a lot of money in Tesla. Let's say Tesla jumps like 50% or 25% tomorrow. Like they're forced to sell because I believe it's about 10 or 11% that they have to keep within their fund. So it's kind of like similar situations sometimes, and they always do like reweighting and stuff like that. So anyways, basically I made a video, I think like, I don't know, last week or something, about like their whole 5.2 million shares that they added and the other 52,000 shares that they added in like the different funds. So when I made that video, they actually had $234 million invested into Palantir alone. So as of right now, when I check, they have around 246 million. So even though there was a sell-off today, they still have more money than they had last week. So just keep that in mind. That and then also like ARK, they invest in companies that they plan to keep 5 to 10 years. So if they make it to their ARK, especially if they make it into that fund, then that's kind of like they're like top stock picks, I would say. So don't feel like just because ARK is selling some shares that it's like the end of the world for Palantir. I don't think Palantir is gonna drop dead. I mean, it has somewhat dropped dead a couple days in a row, but it's not like completely dead. It still has good stability. So yeah, that's pretty much the ARK news. All right, so the next thing that we're gonna talk about is the new 3M contract that they had. So lately, I've been noticing that Palantir or whoever's doing these new press releases and stuff like that, they're not really giving a specific number of how much the contract is worth. So lately, all they've been saying is multi-year, multi-million dollar contract and so on. And I've actually been noticing this because last time I was keeping track of the how much money they've actually been making with all the contracts, and then I was able to like just put it all together and be like, hey guys, they're actually gonna beat the earnings, and they did. And then with all that information, you're able to like kind of like do some predictive analysis and stuff like that. But this time they're just saying multi-year contracts, so you can't really tell exactly like how much money they're making, or and also with multi-year, it just like, let's say they make $20 million for a contract. If it's multi-year, they could break it out like 4 million here, 5 million there, and then the next year whatever, so it's kind of hard to like digest exactly how much money they make for this quarter specifically, if they just keep coming out with multi-year, multi-million dollar press releases and stuff like that. But either way, it's with 3M, and 3M is a big company. For those of you that don't know, 3M, they're kind of like they make a lot of products in like a lot of different sectors, like electronics, industrial, transportation, healthcare. So it's a pretty big company. So anyway, so they contracted them with their Foundry platform, and again, the more contracts that Palantir does with selling their Foundry platform, that the better, because as of right now, a lot of analysts are kind of skeptical about Palantir because they mainly have contracts with government, but as they branch out more and more with companies within the commercial sector selling that Foundry platform, then that's even better. That increases their revenue quarter over quarter, year over year for the commercial side, which is what analysts want to see. And yeah, all right, so now let's talk about Palantir stock action. So I'm looking at the chart, and last week it was going down, obviously. It just kept going down, and you're like, oh no, why is it going down so much? But then it had a strong support at 25, and then it actually jumped from 25 to basically touching 30, and it seemed like we were gonna actually start doing more rebounding, more going up, especially moving up with some hype that was carrying it. However, on Monday open, it kind of tanked because of the whole market, and then it tanked even more yesterday. And yesterday it tanked a lot. It basically went from like 28 to 20, under 24, which I thought was kind of crazy. And then I was like, man, this kind of sucks because personally I had a lot of money in Palantir, and I even have margin and stuff. So at one point you're forced to do different plays and stuff. But either way, so Palantir, it seems like as of today or lately that I've been seeing, it has a lot of trouble of breaking 27 and holding 27. So it's definitely been going to past 27, but it's having a lot of trouble of breaking that 27 right now. So as of right now, it's been kind of like holding steady within that 25 to 26 range. So we'll see if it touches 24, 25 again. But as of this week, it may just play around with 25 to 26, and then we'll have to see what happens next week. But as of right now, based on just looking at the stock action, it seems like it's consolidating within 25 and 26 range. All right, so now let's do a quick portfolio update. So this is my portfolio. I'm at 66 right now, and yeah, I dropped a lot, and it dropped a lot in gains. I had a lot of gains surprisingly for this year, and I was actually doing a lot better than I expected. But either way, on Tuesday, I did have a lot of money with margins, so I was kind of forced to sell. I didn't get a margin call or anything, but I was forced to sell everything, and it kind of sucks because I had like or I saw a lot of good opportunities to buy, but obviously I have to take care of like at least some of my gains. I don't want to lose everything, in gains. So as of right now, for this past year, I'm at almost 40% in gains. I feel like as long as you can make more than 10% a year consistently, you're good. You're beating the market, so they say, To be honest, I think you can make 30% or more easy still. You just got to play it right with like certain situations, and you have to have like a certain discipline in a way. But yeah, you can make 30%, or at least that's what I think. But obviously I'm close to 40%. I should be 40% back, no problem. 50% right now. So as of right now, I was forced to sell yesterday due to like kind of the whole market stability that I was talking about. So as of right now, I don't know like where we're going, to be honest, with the whole market. I'm still 100% bullish on Palantir, and I'll even show you what I'm trying to do with Palantir and the options that I'm playing and stuff. But obviously, even if we're all bullish with Palantir, it doesn't matter if the market is going, or it doesn't really matter if the market's going down. Then the market's going down. You know, you just have to accept that fact, and you can't, because I know a lot of people keep. I always see it like everywhere, like, oh, 40 tomorrow doesn't matter, or 55 tomorrow, or 35. Like I like I like how the enthusiasm and all that stuff, and I like how there's a lot of bulls, but you kind of have to like take a step back and actually look at reality sometimes, you know. And if the market's going down, then the market is just tanking, and there's really nothing you can do. So you have to kind of change your strategy a little bit, and then after the market stabilizes, then you can like go back in and do everything you want to do, you know, or whatever. So just watch out if you're playing options, if you're buying options specifically, even more so if you're doing margin. So definitely watch out. Anyway, so let's take a look at what I'm planning to do. So basically, I'm selling puts at $25 strike for this week. So what this means is, this doesn't mean I'm bearish. I don't think the stock's gonna go down. This is a bullish play. So when you're selling, you're actually it's actually a lot more consistent. So I'm kind of doing my option wheel strategy again, just to bring up my portfolio back up. So not that long ago, I started doing the option wheel strategy back in September, and ever since I started, it's been slowly but surely growing up and growing up. So I'm gonna stick to that again, at least until I find out what's going on with the market, and if I see that it's stabilizing, then you know, I'll do more like all in type of stuff. But as of right now, you know, it is what it is. The market is just like, it's definitely being bipolar right now, especially with tech stocks. So you have to be careful, you know. Anyway, so as of right now, my options that I'm selling at 25. So what this means is, by this Friday, if Palantir is $25 or less, then I'll be forced to buy 2,500 shares at $25. So to me, 25 would be a really good deal. It would be a really good deal to get in. So I'm fine with that. I'm fine with buying 2,500 shares at $25. That's actually really good. Um, but if it doesn't, let's say Palantir stays above 25 by the end of this week, what this means is I'm basically just gonna keep the premium. So as of right now, you see $225 that I've made so far on premium. I could technically close this out and just cash in at $225, or I can just wait till this Friday, wait till, you know, the end of the week, and I'll keep this 225 plus the remainder of the premium, which is an extra 750 or something. I don't know. So it's almost like $1,000 basically that I'm getting. So I'm getting $1,000 if Palantir stays above 25, or even if it goes under 25, I still get that $1,000. So I actually did something very similar yesterday because there was a huge sell-off. So I chose the 2350 and I got like 1,300, 1,500 yesterday, and then so I'm expected to get another 1,000 by this Friday overall. So yeah, that's basically doing like the kind of doing like the option wheel strategy. So if it's 25, I'm happy. I'll buy 2,500 shares and I'll keep the $1,000. Even if it goes under 25, actually, if it goes under 25, I think it'll be even better. So I'll use even more money to buy at if it's even lower. But if it stays above 25, then I'm just gonna keep that money, the extra $1,000 for this week, and then next week I can do it again and keep doing it until it hits 25. If it doesn't hit 25, then I'll just keep making free money basically, and then that's kind of how you just keep getting premium, and then it'll just build up on its own. So that's basically what I was doing with my last strategy and how I got it up so high. So I'm just gonna redo that, especially right now with the whole market down. And then yes. Anyway, so overall, I'm still super bullish on Palantir. Of course, I'm still using a lot of money with Palantir, anyways. And Palantir just got started. Palantir is definitely one of those controversial stocks. It kind of reminds me of Tesla. When Tesla first started, it was super controversial, and Wall Street didn't like it, and Wall Street was kind of like against it for the longest time. And I feel like that's something similar that's happening right now with Wall Street being against Palantir. and I even see Wall Street being against Kathy Woods from ARK. So it's kind of like a lot of hate going on right now. But overall, I still feel like this will eventually get to 40 easy. Um, I'm not too sure about 60 by the end of the year because of the whole market instability right now, and we're kind of getting like a taste of like new stuff and the new government and all that stuff. So we'll see what happens. But my bullish case is definitely 60 by the end of the year for Palantir. Um, I still see 40 at least, but we'll see what happens with the whole market and everything. Anyway, so I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked it, give a like. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you guys in the next video.